We got a bit of a double teaser today for Warhammer 40k 8th edition. We got both a Forge World data slate and the fact that it's going to be that they're allowing Chaos Leviathans in the mix. I don't think that was previously available for any of the factions. You know, this is a heresy thing that has gotten some experimental rules, I think, for Warhammer 40k. But now we're getting the actual data slate preview for Warhammer 40k 8th edition, specifically for the Chaos factions. It even has something on there about Chaos Legions for the Heretic Astartes and a Mark of Chaos. You know, so anyway, I'm just going to jump right into it. It's almost kind of too much to talk about in this video because there's so many things that we're going to get, we know and that we don't know. It's kind of hard to put this into perspective without seeing points on the competitive side. But they have priced this on the power level of 16, so that's a bunch, and up to 14 wounds on this thing. That is, in our mind, it seems very large, and then of course the power level number seems to be up there also. It comes standard with some close combat stuff, but then you can upgrade it with all this shooting attack stuff. There is a butcher cannon array that if it slays a model in a unit, that model has a -2 to their leadership. That is pretty big when you consider the morale where you're going to be removing whole models of things. And so you'll have to take that morale check at the end of the phase, and says it's not cumulative. I assume that means for slain models, but you know, you may be able to chaos, especially with their fear mechanics. I mean, creepy chaos things may be able to stack up negatives to leadership on people, and that would give you're basically going to be delivering crippling blows, if not just dramatic whole unit removal blows to your enemy with things like this, depending on how the morale is be able to get mitigated by other things. Again, we don't know everything right now. We're looking at everything kind of piece by piece, but that cannon with that effect is strong. And then we go to the they call it the soul burner Rebodkin. It has an 18-inch range. It's heavy 2d3, but it does mortal wounds. We already know that mortal wounds aren't going to be able to be saved. This thing is deadly. The Grav Flux Bombard. Now, we know that the Grav in Heresy doesn't have a direct correlation to things in 40k, so you know, this may not be the Grav as we know it, but Chaos previously had no access to things like Grav. But I'm going to go over what this does. This thing is heavy D3, strength 9 with an AP of -5 with 2 damage. It says, it goes on to say that monsters, vehicles, or titanic keywords, the amount of damage suffered becomes 5 per hit. For every 5 models in a target unit, add D3 to the number of attacks made by this weapon. I mean, that goes back to what, you know, like the Urvara used to do, where it did extra hits based on the armor save and stuff. Just this thing is beastly, and then it's got, you know, it's kind of weird that it's got a melt-a-gun, and that seems like to be the wimpiest thing this vehicle can do is a melt-a-gun, which we know is still deadly at half range, rolling twice for the damage, picking the highest with the d6 damage. So this thing can just pour out the wounds on things, and with the added effect, if you had that soul burner on there, you know, getting the extra mortal wounds, and the butcher cannon. I know you can't have them all on there, but these are how you're going to really have to choose about how you want to equip this thing. With the butcher cannon array, the -2 to morale or leadership, you know, I think that goes on to really let you get, I don't know, you're going to want to pick that and use it as a combo piece, I think, if you end up taking this thing anyway. We see that they're packing in 100% of the rules in this data slate, just like we thought they were going to, and then it has the chart for its effectiveness. So it depends on how many wounds it's taken, and I think, it's got up to 14 wounds, but how stable it is over the course of its losing its wounds. It's got to get down to 7 wounds before it starts losing some of its effectiveness. This thing is hitting on 2+ in close combat and in shooting. I mean, and that has to factor into the power level, its overall effectiveness. Again, we're looking at this in a kind of a bubble right now without seeing the points. But the big takeaway here is that they are pushing. What they're showing us here is not only what a Forge World data slate looks like, but it's showing us that they've gone back and re-examined all the Forge World offerings and see how it applies to multiple factions, and that's kind of refreshing. That is, I guess, what we had hoped, but it's nice to see it in reality. And then these weapons, I think this is a good combo piece. This is something that Chaos has been, I don't know, not that scary over the last couple of editions, and seeing these things that they're sprinkling in here for us should give the Chaos Generals hope. As a Chaos General, I'm hopeful about this as well. I love my Death Guard. Really excited about everything coming up, and this has added to it. Anyway, thanks a lot for looking at the videos, watching the videos. Please comment and subscribe if you have not already. Thank you.